Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this tarot pick a card reading. So in today's reading we're going to be getting an idea of what they've been telling their friends about you. So in addition to that, I'm also going to pull some oracle cards and some channeled messages so that we can get their direct thoughts and feelings as well. As you can see here, we have three piles. We have pile number 1 with the amethyst, pile number 2 with the clear quartz, and pile number 3 with the rose quartz. So go ahead and take a minute to reflect on the three piles, figure out which one is calling out to you. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, you can definitely watch more than one reading. There might be a specific message in there in each of the readings that's for you. I also wanted to say that if you enjoy this, if it resonates with you, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. And I will have timestamps down below so that you can go ahead and skip ahead to your reading. And yep, that's all. I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the amethyst, this is your pile. So let's go ahead and start this off by pulling two cards here. One of them is going to represent you, one of them is going to represent the other person, the person that we're trying to channel today. So let's start with you. Who is pile number 1? What are they like? What is their energy? Pile number 1. Okay, we've got the 5 of Cups here. All right, who is pile number 1's person? Who are we channeling? What is their energy? Pile number 1's person. All right. So, first of all, here with the 5 of Cups, this is you. So let's start with you. With this 5 of Cups, I'm getting the sense that you've recently gone through some sort of grief, some sort of loss, just some sort of sadness. This could be in relation to a separation, a breakup. It could be something else, but overall, I'm just getting the sense that you are going through some feelings of loss, some feelings of mourning. However, you're so focused on, like as you can see here, this girl's looking at these 3 cups that have spilled, but she's so busy focusing on these 3 cups that she doesn't notice what's right behind her, which is that there are still 2 cups left over. So the 5 of Cups talks about being so focused on a loss that you are not aware of the positive things that are still around and the good things that are still waiting for you. So I see some sort of loss, some grief, but in addition to that, I also see that there's something here that you're not quite seeing, and there are still positive things around that are waiting for you. And then with this 4 of Pentacles here with this other person, I'm getting the sense that they may be a little bit guarded, they may be very emotionally unavailable. Maybe this is the kind of person who you can never really tell what they're thinking. They sort of have this guard up or this poker face where you don't really know what's going on with them, and they're not really one to share their feelings. So yeah, I'm getting the sense this is someone who is more guarded and hard to get to know. Maybe they might be a little bit even cold or distant. So yeah, that's this person, and then that's you. So let's go ahead and get an idea of what this person here has been saying about you to their friends. What do they talk about? Okay, 10 of Cups. We're off to a good start. So what does this person say to their friends about pile number 1? Okay, we've got 10 of Cups, 9 of Swords, the Hermit. What else? Yep, 9 of Wands. Let's see if we can get one more in here, actually. What does this person say to their friends about pile number 1? Okay. This is interesting. We have a few different things going on here. So let's go ahead and start off with this 10 of Cups. So whatever you guys are going through right now, I'm getting the sense that this person has not lost hope or let go of the idea that you two could work things out and have this really beautiful, happy ending fairy tale type relationship. The 10 of Cups talks about complete emotional fulfillment, just a really beautiful life, like a happy ending, a fairy tale. It's emotionally abundant. It's really beautiful. As you can see here, we have like the couple and then their children. So it's just that idea of getting everything you could possibly want from an emotional relationship. So we have that, and then things turn a little bit here. So it seems like there may be some stuff going on with this 9 of Swords. Yeah, this person is telling their friends that they definitely still see the possibility of this beautiful, happy ending with you. But they've also been confiding in their friends the fact that they've been having trouble sleeping. Maybe they've had a lot of anxiety. Maybe they're overthinking. They feel very overwhelmed. So I feel like they've been really confiding in their friends about these feelings, about sleepless nights, insomnia, anxiety, worry, just not knowing what to do. So yeah, I'm seeing that. I just feel like you two may be going through something, and as a result, this fairy tale, this 10 of Cups, is still definitely present in this person's mind. They're still talking about it. They still think it's a possibility, but there seems to be other things at play here. And one of them is like this overthinking, this anxiety. So there's that. I also see them confiding in their friends about maybe going into this sort of hermit mode. Maybe they've been sort of isolating themselves. Maybe they've been more distant. This person seems to be going through a period of time where they're doing a lot of inner work, a lot of reflecting. And as a result, they could be spending more time alone or more time in isolation. So I also see them going through that. Maybe they're telling their friends that they're trying to do a lot of inner work as a result of this 9 of Swords, this overwhelming, just anxious energy. So we have that. I also, with this 9 of Wands here, also just to point out, we've got 2 9s and 2 10s, which is interesting. Usually the 9s and the 10s represent, it's the like the last part of the minor arcana, like the suits. You have the 9 and the 10 and then you start over kind of. So I'm getting the sense that you guys may be going through some sort of cycle, and that this cycle may be coming towards an end. So if you guys are going through a hard time right now, I feel like you're sort of in the, like, this may be the peak of it, and then after this moment you guys will sort of be able to come to some sort of resolution. So it may feel like things are really heightened right now and that there's a lot going on, but from what I see here, it seems like this is the height of everything. This is the peak of everything, and after this point things will sort of resettle. So that's why this may be very emotionally charged and there may be a lot going on right here. So anyways, the 9 of Wands, I'm also seeing that they're confiding in their friends about having their guard up. They maybe talk to their friends about feeling really defensive, maybe having trust issues. Again, even with this 4 of Pentacles, it's just that same energy with this 9 of Wands of having their guard up, being emotionally unavailable, being very defensive. So I feel like they tell their friends like, hey, I know I have this problem where I won't let people in, I have my wall up, I can't trust them. So it seems like they definitely recognize this about them. This energy could also actually be mirrored. So they could be telling their friends that this 9 of Wands energy is you. So that's another possibility. So maybe they're saying, you know, pile number 1, they're just so defensive, they're so hard to get to know, they have this wall up, they have these trust issues. So just take that as it resonates, but that's another possibility. Either way, I definitely see them confiding in their friends about someone having some sort of defense up, a wall built, some sort of trust issues that are really becoming a challenge or a barrier in this connection. And then lastly, we have the Ten of Swords here. So I'm wondering if this person is almost telling their friends, it's like even though they have hope for this Ten of Cups, this fairy tale happy ending, I think they're also talking to their friends and contemplating the idea that maybe this connection is over or maybe there's no hope. So I see them talking to their friends about maybe thinking that, like I said, this connection's over. Maybe they think, or they've been telling their friends that they've lost their chance with you, that this can't be fixed. There's just this idea of this connection being completely done and coming to an end and just being closed out. So, but it's interesting because we have these two complete opposite energies at the opposite ends of our spread here. So it's like these are their two extremes, you know what I mean? And neither one may be necessarily true. It's just sort of things that run through their mind and things that they tell their friends about. So on one hand, they still absolutely see potential of this working out and of this being really a beautiful connection with you. But on the other hand, they're wondering if this is over and if you are completely done with them and if it's maybe time for them to give up and walk away. But like I said, this seems to be like their two extreme points. So it just seems like they've been talking to their friends about all the different possibilities here. They've probably been also overthinking these different possibilities just by themselves, but I definitely see them confiding in their friends about a lot of what they've been going through and a lot of what they've been feeling. So next I want to go ahead and pull some cards for their direct thoughts and feelings, because this is what they've been more so telling their friends. So let's get some messages here of what they have been thinking themselves and just sort of keeping to themselves. So we're going to be using this oracle deck first. So let's go ahead and see what has pile number one's person been saying to their friends about pile number one. Or sorry, what has pile number one's person been thinking or feeling about pile number one? Yep, we've got I can't stop thinking about you. What else? I want to tell you how I feel. What else? Pile number one's person. Thoughts and feelings. Thoughts and feelings. I want you. Let's do one more. Pile number one's person's thoughts and feelings. I look for you everywhere. Okay, so this is pretty in line with what we've been saying. This idea of, first of all, I can't stop thinking about you, falling right on top of that Nine of Swords. Definitely getting the sense that this person's been staying awake at night, overthinking, thinking about you, thinking about the situation, like sleepless nights, maybe insomnia. But I just see them thinking about you and the connection that you have, and maybe trying to overanalyze and figure out maybe where things went wrong or maybe how they can save things. We've got I want to tell you how I feel. So this is interesting because it came on top of that Nine of Swords and the Hermit. So like I said, this person has definitely been doing a lot of reflecting, and it seems like they want to share some of their reflections with you. So maybe they've come to some sort of realization through this hermit mode and through this sort of isolation in this time of lone. They've maybe had, like I said, like a realization, or they've sort of figured out what really matters to them, and it seems like they want to share what they've sort of discovered with you. And then we've got I want you. So this is very, very straightforward. this is interesting because of it fell on that, the Hermit and also the Nine of Wands. So I feel like this person obviously wants a connection with you and they want a relationship with you, and I feel like they recognize that either their defensiveness or your defensiveness is getting in the way of this, but despite that challenge, it's not enough. The challenge isn't enough for them to sort of let go of these feelings, no matter what the barriers are or what challenges may arise in the connection. It's like this is the ultimate priority. The fact that they want to be with you sort of trumps anything else. And then lastly, we have I look for you everywhere. So I feel like this person is just sort of going through their daily life, and as they do that, they'll just see things that remind them of you. And it could be anything. It's just like one of those things where I think if you have someone on your mind, when you go about your daily life and you see things, you automatically think of that person. So yeah, that could be anything, or it could be literally that maybe they're going places and they're looking to see if you're there. So if there are certain places that you two maybe would normally see each other, like at work or at school, or I don't know, like the grocery store, like wherever this person goes, they're sort of looking to see if you're around, and they're looking to see if you're there, and maybe they're hoping to run into you in person, literally. So that could go either way. And then next, I actually have some channeled messages that I made myself. I really like this oracle deck, but I just felt like there were some things missing, so I just sort of made my own channeled messages, and I did write them myself, so my handwriting might be a little hard to read, but I'll read them out loud, so don't worry about that. So let's go ahead and shuffle these up. I want to get an idea of pile number one's thoughts and feelings towards, pile number one's person's thoughts and feelings towards pile number one. What have they been saying to their friends? Oh, here we go. We've got I talk about you. Let's see what else. Oops. We've got you make me nervous. We've got it's just an excuse to talk to you. Let me see if I can sort of stagger these so you can see them all. All right, let's do one more. Okay, we've got you're the one that got away. So yeah, still definitely lining up to what we've been saying here. So I talk about you. So this totally aligns with what the whole reading is about, the fact that we're trying to get an idea of what they've been saying to their friends. So this is just confirmation that they are talking to their friends about you. They've been, and it also seems like they talk about you to their friends in a way to kind of hold on to you in a sense. Like maybe they try to get people's opinions of like, okay, what do you think about this situation? Do you think this can be worked out? Where do you see this going? So I feel like they talk about you to their friends as a form of like therapy almost. Like obviously they've been really going through it, as we saw with that Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. So I feel like talking about you is their way of making themselves feel better, almost like it brings them comfort. So they definitely have been talking about you to their friends, so that we have that confirmation there. And then also we've got you make me nervous. So I feel like this person may be a little afraid to reach out to you for whatever reason. Maybe this is because you guys are in separation, or you just haven't been communicating. Maybe there's some sort of tension, but there's something here where this person is a little bit nervous to talk to you, and you just make them nervous in general. And this could be the fact that they just really like you, but we also have that. And then here we've got it's just an excuse to talk to you. So with this one, I'm wondering if this person is sort of making up reasons to talk to you, like if you guys work together or if you're in school together. This is just an example, but if you guys work together or go to school together, I feel like maybe they'll make things up like, oh, do you know how to do this? Or, oh, can you show me how to do this? Like, I don't get it. Or, did you understand this assignment? Or, can you help me with this work thing? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like they sort of make up excuses or make up reasons to talk to you. So that was just an example, but just think about that, because I feel like they're definitely looking for reasons and excuses to talk to you, and they may just sort of come up with things as they go. And then lastly, we've got, you are the one that got away. So for some of you, this definitely could be someone from the past, some separation, some breakup occurred, and this person is looking back and just really sort of kicking themselves for letting you get away. They just recognize that you were something really good in their lives, and that letting you go was a huge mistake. So yeah, for some of you, this could definitely be someone from the past. Okay, so I want to get an idea of how what they've been saying and what they've been thinking and feeling may translate into action in the future. So let's go ahead and get an idea of what pile number one's person plans on actually doing. How do they plan on putting these thoughts and feelings and words into action? So pile number one's person, future actions. Okay, we've got the Star and the Four of Wands. Okay, so also I forgot to mention earlier, actually I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the Hermit card up here is the Virgo card, and the Star here is the Aquarius card. So if that resonates, there's that. But what I'm seeing here for future actions with the Star and the Four of Wands, I see this person really taking time to nurture themselves, to do a lot of emotional work, a lot of inner work. I see a lot of self-love, self-reflection, and personal growth happening here with the Star. And then I see that sort of translating into this Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands talks about success, victory. It could talk about a really beautiful union. So I definitely see them putting in the self-work in order to reach a place where you two could possibly be in a really beautiful, successful relationship. But I'm definitely getting the sense that this person recognizes that this can't happen until they do the inner work. So yeah, in the near future, I see them working on themselves in order to get to this point where you two could possibly get back into some sort of connection, some sort of relationship, and reach this point of a really healthy, beautiful partnership. So yeah, I'd say this is sort of what's coming up. This is how they're putting those words into action. So I do see them doing something about this, which is really positive. And I see them turning all of this into a lesson and bettering themselves and growing from it. So that's definitely a really positive outcome here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it resonated. If you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the clear quartz, this is your pile. So first of all, I just want to get an idea of who you are and then who this other person is, just to give some context to the reading, get an idea of the energies at play here, and make sure that we're on the right track. So let's go ahead and start with you. Who is pile number 2? What is their energy? What are they like? Pile number 2. 3 of Cups. All right, who is pile number 2's person that we're channeling right now? What is their energy? What are they like? 5 of Wands. Okay, so for you over here, I'm getting the sense that you're a very likable person. You may have a lot of friends or just be very social. You also are the kind of person that people may be drawn to. So like I said, very likable, very friendly. People seem to like to be around you and like to be in your space. So This could mean that, like I said, you're the type of person who socializes a lot. Maybe you go out a lot, you have a lot of friends, you meet a lot of people. But overall, I'm just getting the sense that you're a very likable, friendly person, and that you know a lot of people. And then over here with this Five of Wands with this other person, I'm kind of picking up like some sort of tension or conflict. So either this person tends to get into conflicts with other people, maybe petty arguments, or just have a lot of tension with other people, or this could mean that there's something going on between the two of you where there is some sort of conflict, some sort of tension. But that could go either way. It could also mean that they have a lot of internal conflict. Maybe they're battling something out in their head. There's just a lot of chaos here. This could mean that they sort of don't really know what's going on in their own head. Maybe they don't know how they feel, how they're really thinking about something. I just see a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, and there's just a lot happening with this person right now. So let's go ahead and see how that plays into what they've been saying about you. So what has pile number 2's person been saying about them to their friends? Okay, Wheel of Fortune. What else? Four of Cups. Interesting. Eight of Cups. 10 of Wands. Alright. We'll probably pull one more here. Let's see. And Judgment. Okay. So it's pretty, there's a pretty clear idea of what's happening here. So let's go ahead and start off with that Wheel of Fortune all the way over here. So first of all, with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm getting the sense that this is some sort of cycle. Maybe you've been through something with this person before and it feels like, you know, it just sort of keeps coming around. It's sort of karmic. There's this idea that whatever's happening right here, it isn't over. You know what I mean? There's still something to be done, whether that's some sort of connection to be made or some sort of lesson to be learned. But whoever this person is, they're definitely in your life for a reason. This isn't some sort of random coincidence. This isn't something that just happened by chance. There's definitely a reason for this person to be here. I think they're telling their friends that what's happening with you, either it seems like they're telling their friends that they feel like their connection with you was not an accident or a coincidence. They're telling their friends that whatever the nature of your relationship is, this person feels like you were brought into their life for a reason, and that there's a greater purpose to why you two were put together. So I definitely see them talking about their friends to that, about that. Now with this Four of Cups, this could go one of two ways. Either this person is telling their friends that they can't really make their mind up about you, they're not sure about you, they're sort of looking at other options, but I more so see this in the second way, which is that this person's telling their friends that they feel like you don't give them the time of day. Maybe you're not really interested, maybe you're not really paying attention to them. They seem to be telling their friends that, you know, they're trying to get your attention and they're trying to extend something to you, but you're so focused on other things that you're not really paying attention to what they're doing or what they're saying. So I see them sort of confiding in their friends about that for sure, having the sense of like, you know, I'm really trying here, but they don't seem to be either getting it or they don't seem to be interested. And then with this Eight of Cups here, I'm kind of getting the sense that they're wondering if they should walk away from this. So I see them talking to their friends about, you know, should I just give up? Should I walk away? Should I let this go? Because whatever they seem to be doing doesn't seem to be working. So it seems like they're getting to the point where they're asking their friends, is it time for me to walk away from this and move on and just look for something else, you know? But then with this Ten of Wands here, again, I'm getting that idea of them carrying something, some sort of heavy burden. This could be, you know, their feelings for you. This could be the fact that they can't seem to make a connection with you. But there's this idea of them carrying this really heavy burden. I see them telling their friends about this, like, you know, I work so hard, I try so hard, I feel like I'm doing everything possible, but nothing's working here, and it's just getting to be too much. So this is that idea of putting in all your efforts, not asking for any help, carrying a heavy burden yourself, and just sort of dealing with it, not asking for help, not asking for relief, not making any adjustments. So I see them confiding in their friends that this is just getting to be a lot for them, you know, they're carrying this and it's sort of exhausting. And then lastly, we have judgment here. So this is telling me that this person's been talking to their friends about making a decision. They're getting to a point where they need to decide, okay, am I going to try to reach out to this person? Am I going to keep trying? Am I going to try to make a connection with them, start a relationship? Or is it time that I walk away and leave this alone? So I see them talking to their friends about making that decision. What judgment is telling me is that they haven't made the decision yet. They're still in that process. So I feel like they sort of talk it through with their friends and try to get different opinions, and just sort of talking out loud helps them through like the process of thinking it through, and it helps them through that decision-making process. So I see them weighing their options with their friends, laying it all out, and trying to come to a decision of whether to keep trying or whether to walk away. So next I want to do some oracle cards, because we have an idea of what they've been saying to their friends, but now I want to get an idea of what they've been thinking or feeling just sort of internally. So let's see how this aligns to what they've been saying. So what has pile number 2's person been thinking or feeling about pile number 2? Okay, we've got I look for you everywhere. Whoops. All right, these say I replay our conversations over and over, and I want to be more than friends. Let's do one more. You speak to me through music. Okay, so we've got an interesting mix here. So the I look for you everywhere, I feel like you're just on this person's mind a lot, and as a result, as they go through their daily life, they're just sort of reminded of you in, you know, little things that they see here and there. So I feel like as they go through their daily life and their tasks, they just tend to think of you. When they see things, they tend to be reminded of you. This could also be more literal in the sense of maybe you two work together or like go to school together. There's some environment where you two are put in the same place, and when they go to this space, they're looking for you. So this could be more literal too. They could literally be going to work and looking for you, or literally going to school and looking for you. So that could go either way. And then with I replay our conversations over and over, especially on top of this 4 of Cups and this 8 of Cups, I'm getting the sense that this person replays your conversations with them in hopes of gaining some sort of clarity or some sort of understanding of what your feelings are towards them, because right now they seem to be thinking that you're not interested or you're not getting the message, and so much so to the point where they're considering walking away. So I feel like they replay your conversations in an attempt to try to figure out what you're feeling, you know? They sort of analyze the words that you use, and they're like, okay, this could have meant this or this, or so they're just like really overthinking and replaying the conversations that you guys have had in as a way to sort of connect with you and try to understand where your head is at. And then we've got I want to be more than friends. So going back to this 3 of Cups, this could be someone that you're just sort of friends with, or they're just in your social circle, or you're an acquaintance. So this could be someone that, yeah, you're friends with and they want more than that. This could be one of those situations where you're not even picking up on the messages that they're sending, and you just sort of think of them as a good friend. So this person is here saying that they want to be more than that. but this could be a situation where like you didn't even notice or you didn't even realize. So that's something to think about. And then lastly, we have you speak to me through music. So you guys may have like a certain song or artist or playlist that you both listen to. I see this person listening to this music a lot and sort of thinking of you and it reminding them of you. So if you guys have maybe the same taste in music or some sort of playlist that you both listen to, I definitely see them listening to that a lot right now. And then I also want to do some channeled messages here. I have some channeled messages that I made myself because I feel like there was some stuff missing from these oracle cards. So let's go ahead and pull some of these. I want to get an idea of what pile number 2's person has been thinking, feeling, saying about them. Okay. Okay, we've got I love you. And then let's see what else. We would be great together. We've got you make me nervous. What else? I love hanging out with you. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. This person seems to have very strong feelings about you. And they seem to be very, at least in their head, they seem to be very sure of themselves and very forthcoming. But this could be the kind of thing where maybe they think they're being very clear, but they're really not. So next we have, we would be great together. So I feel like, again, I definitely think this person is someone in your social circle and they just sort of see you and they think that you guys have a really good dynamic. And they can't help but think that you two would be great together as a couple, you know? There's something about your energy and their energy that they think just sort of combines really well, and they think that you two have the potential to have a really great relationship, I think. And then up here we've got you make me nervous. So I think this person sort of gets in their head when they're around you. Maybe they get sort of awkward or they don't really know what to say. There's something about you that makes them nervous to the point where maybe it's hard for them to come forward with these feelings. So as a result, I think they think that they've been very straightforward and forthcoming and upfront, and they think that they've made it really obvious that they like you, but because you make them so nervous, I'm kind of getting the sense that this may not actually be the case. This may be the kind of thing where you had no idea, even though they thought they were being very obvious. And then lastly, we have, I love hanging out with you. So again, I'm definitely picking up the sense that, I'm getting the sense that this person is in your social circle, they're a friend, they're somehow in your space because they are around you enough to know that they really love hanging out with you and they really love being around you. So that would mean that this person has a pretty good idea of who you are and what you're like. So yeah, I would definitely think of someone in your social circle, maybe someone at work or at school, but at least an acquaintance, like someone that you're friendly with for sure, because this person seems to have very strong feelings of enjoying hanging out with you and enjoying being around you. So this is someone that has spent a decent amount of time being around you. So next I want to get an idea of how these thoughts and feelings are going to translate into action. So what they've been saying and what they've been thinking, how is that going to maybe manifest into future outcomes? So what's going to happen here in the near future with pile number 2's person? What actions are they planning? What's going to happen soon? Okay, we've got the Empress. And we've got what's going to happen soon. The Eight of Swords. Okay, this is interesting here. So again, I'm getting more of that sense where you are going to continue to sort of blossom and shine. I feel like this Empress represents you. This is how this person sees you. This is how you are. This is your energy. This is very divine feminine energy. It's very compassionate, very kind, very beautiful, very loving. And I just feel like this person's perception of you is holding them back, because this is you with the Empress, and then I feel like this is them with the Eight of Swords. So the fact that they admire you so much is kind of holding them back. I feel like they have a sense of not sort of being on your level. They have a sense of, like I said, again, like we've been saying this whole time, it's like they are afraid to make any sort of big moves because they seem to like you so much. That idea of you making them nervous, that idea of sort of not making any big, huge, obvious statements here. So I feel like in the near future, at least, they're going to sort of stay in this energy of being kind of stuck and being kind of stagnant and being afraid of making any sort of big moves. And honestly, it seems like you're going to be okay, and you're just going to sort of continue to flourish and stay in this Empress energy. But yeah, at least for the near future, I don't see them making any sudden movements, any big movements, you know, any huge declarations of love. I don't see them standing outside your window with like a boombox or anything, but it seems to just sort of like the same energy will just continue for the time being. Now, this could change in the future, of course. Tarot only reads for the present circumstances, but at least for the near future and the next, you know, few days or weeks or whatever, I see them sort of staying in this energy of being too scared to make a move. So yeah, if you know who this person is, or if you have an idea of who they are from what we've said so far, I mean, maybe you could sort of embody this energy and try to be kind to them and make them comfortable, and maybe that'll encourage them to come forward with their feelings. But if not, I definitely think you're okay. You just stay in your energy and continue to be who you are, because it seems like it's been working really well for you. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the rose quartz, this is your pile. So just to start off, I want to pull 2 cards here, one for you and one for the other person that we're channeling, just to get an idea of who we're talking about here, give some context to the situation, and make sure that we're on the right track. So let me go ahead and start with you. Who is pile number 3? What is their energy? What are they like? Okay, we've got the Magician. Who's pile number 3's person that we're channeling? What is their energy? What are they like? Okay, 2 of Wands. So first of all, with you, with this Magician, definitely getting the sense that you are someone who is into spirituality. You maybe dabble in things like astrology, tarot, manifestation, scripting, anything like that, magic. I'm getting the sense that you are sort of into spiritual things. I'm also getting the sense that you're a very magnetic person. There's something about your energy, your charisma that people are drawn to. The Magician talks about someone who's a powerful manifester, so whether or not you know it, you could be the kind of person who is constantly manifesting things into their life. But also, again, like I said, very magnetic, very charismatic. People seem to be drawn to you and drawn to your energy, and maybe they don't even have like an explanation for it. It's not something that they can put into words. It's just the way that you are. So that's the Magician, and that's you. Now with this other person, we've got the 2 of Wands here. I feel like this person is maybe more analytical, and I'm also getting the sense that they are in the process of making some sort of decision, deciding a path. This could be in context or in relation to you. It seems like they're at a point where they're reaching like a fork in the road, and they're going to decide, okay, am I going to go this way? Am I going to go that way? What's my next move? Because I need to start planning for it. So let's go ahead and get an idea of what pile number 3's person has been saying to their friends about pile number 3. Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, what else? The Hierophant, Three of Swords, and Justice. Okay. Interesting. So, this is an interesting mix here. So first of all, with this Page of Pentacles, this could be someone from work or school. I'm getting the sense that they're telling their friends, this could go one of two ways. Either they're telling their friends how you met, which was at work or at school, or they're telling their friends a little bit more about how you are, which would be the Page of Pentacles. This could mean that you're possibly an earth sign. This could also mean that you're just very ambitious, very grounded. You know what you want, you work hard for it. So it could be that as well. With this Emperor here, the Emperor is actually the Aries card. I'm getting the sense that this has more to do with them and their mindset and their approach to the situation. So I feel like they've been telling their friends that they've been approaching this connection with you from a more logical side. I'm definitely getting the sense that this person is very logical, analytical, intellectual. They try to use their head instead of their emotions. So when they talk to their friends, they definitely approach the situation with you, and they definitely talk about you from a more intellectual standpoint rather than emotional standpoint. And then with this Hierophant here, this is the Taurus card. So also I'm getting the sense that when they talk to their friends, they talk about staying in this Hierophant energy. So being more reserved, being a little bit more laid back, a little more conservative with their feelings. They talk about not wanting to sort of do too much. Their approach to you is to be very laid back and let things play out for themselves. They're not going to be out here, you know, making big swings or making big moves. They're more so going to sort of sit back, relax, and watch how things go down. So when they talk to their friends, I definitely think that they mention or they embody this energy of just being very relaxed. Maybe they just talk to their friends about, like, you know what, I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens. So yeah, definitely see them embodying this Hierophant energy. Things sort of take a turn here with the Three of Swords. I'm wondering if this could possibly be someone from the past for some of you. I think this person definitely confides in their friends about some sort of big heartbreak that they went through, a big heartbreak, a lot of sadness here, a lot of grief. So this could have been a separation, a breakup, and this either could have been between you two or something that this person went through in the past with a completely different person. But either way, I definitely see them talking about this heartbreak with their friends, and either it's something that they went through with you and that's why they're mentioning it, or it's something that they went through with another person, but they're mentioning it because they're afraid of it happening again. So I definitely see them talking to their friends about that heartbreak, how it's been affecting them, how it's been affecting their relationship with you, and just confiding in their friends about those feelings. And then lastly, with the Justice card here, this is the Libra card, but I'm getting the sense that they are, if this heartbreak was between the two of you, I'm getting the sense that they want to fix it, they want to make things right, they want to, they want to make things right with you. If this Three of Swords was with someone else, I think they're very set on being fair and not allowing this past trauma to sabotage their relationship with you, because they know that it wouldn't be fair to hold you to something that had nothing to do with you. If this heartbreak was with a different person, they know that it wouldn't be fair for them to hold this over your head. So I definitely see them trying to take a stance of being fair, being just, and being very reasonable. Again, this person seems very intelligent, but they seem to be more thinking with their head than their heart. But they seem to also be very fair-minded. They want things to be just and fair, and they don't want to play games or like manipulate in any way. So next I want to get an idea of, this is what they've been saying to their friends, and then I want to get an idea of what they've been thinking or feeling themselves. So we're going to do that with some oracle cards. Okay, we've got sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. We've got I love you. We've got I can't stop thinking about you. What else? I wanted to tell you how I feel. Okay. So with this first one, sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I think that's pretty straightforward. This person seems to be very enamored with you, and because they're more so, analytical and not so emotional, I think they tend to keep a lot of their emotions to themselves, and as a result, they just sort of go through that stuff by themselves. So this could be when they're alone, or at night. They just seem to think about you. They stay awake thinking about you, and it's like they bottle up all of those feelings for, when they're alone, rather than when they're with you, or even when they're with their friends. Because when they were with their friends, they still seemed to be taking a very intellectual, analytical perspective, but it seems like that emotional side of them only comes out when they're by themselves. And then we've got I love you. That's pretty straightforward. And then we've got I can't stop thinking about you. So again, just back to that same energy over here. It just seems like they replay, conversations with you, scenarios with you. They think about you. Maybe they just are going through their daily life, and little things will sort of remind them of you. So it just seems constant and like nonstop. This person seems to be very like enamored with you, and as a result, they're just constantly thinking and they can't stop. Even if I'm also getting the sense that because this person is less feelings based and more intellectual, I think it kind of even maybe annoys them at some point, because they're like, okay, I'm trying to do other stuff, or I'm trying to get my work done, but instead they're just sort of thinking about you. So that's kind of funny. I just sort of got that idea of them being almost annoyed because it's just so constant. And then lastly, we've got I want to tell you how I feel. So this person definitely seems to be making that shift towards telling you about this and not keeping it to themselves anymore. They're at the point where they want to tell you how they feel, and that could also have to do with this Two of Wands, where they're sort of making that decision. I think they've come to a point where they're like, all right, this is what I want. I need to make a decision. Am I really going to do this or not? Because they've decided what they want to do, and now it's time to make that decision and actually start making plans and putting action behind that and making it actually happen. And then I've got some channeled messages here that I made myself that I want to use. So let's go ahead and shuffle through these. Oops. All right. So let's see what we've got here. Pile number 3's persons, thoughts and feelings about them. All right, we've got I feel like I blew my shot with you. What else? Oops. We've got we would be great together. What else? We've got I look at your pictures all the time. What else? One more. It's just an excuse to talk to you. Okay, so we've got a few different things here. So here we've got, I feel like I blew my shot with you. So for some of you, if this is someone from the past, they definitely have or are getting the feeling that they messed up and that they blew their shot with you. Basically, they had not an opportunity to make a connection with you and have a relationship with you, and they somehow messed it up and they feel like it's over. For those of you who this person is new, I feel like still they blew their shot because they weren't doing enough. Like I said, this person is very in their head, and with that Hierophant over there, they were playing it cool, they were being very reserved, very laid back, and maybe they feel like by doing that they messed up and they blew their shot with you. They should have actually taken action or done something sooner. And then we've got, we would be great together. So this person seems to think that you guys would make a really great couple. You would be able to have a really nice relationship with each other. I feel like they just sort of, they can definitely see potential for like a real solid relationship with you. And yeah, they just have this idea that you guys would work really well together. And then here we've got, I look at your pictures all the time. So this could be like on social media. I feel like this person maybe looks at your profile, or every time you post something, they look at it and they'll just sort of admire you, and that could be the situation. If this person's from the past, then maybe they just still have photos of you guys together, you know, like nice memories, and they'll just sort of look at those. But either way, I definitely see them, yeah, either lurking at your profile or looking at old pictures of you guys together and sort of reliving those memories. But they definitely seem to feel very connected with you through like photos. So yeah, they could be sort of stalking your profile, looking at your posts on social media. And then lastly, we have, it's just an excuse to talk to you. So this person could be sort of like making up reasons to talk to you. That could be anything, but just like an example, if you guys are in school together, maybe they'll just sort of be like, oh, did you do this assignment? Or what did you get for this question? Or do you know how to do this? Stuff like that. Or like if you work together, you know, can you show me how to do this? Or I need help with that. I feel like they sort of make up reasons to talk to you, and they try to make scenarios where you guys can be together in the same space and be talking. So I definitely see that happening too. I also want to get an idea of how what they've been saying and what they've been thinking and feeling will translate into actions in the near future. So what is pile number 3's person planning on doing in the near future? What actions will they be taking? We've got the 2 of Pentacles. Here, let me move this up so you can see it. 2 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. Okay. I mean, just right off the bat with these Pentacles, I'm getting a lot of earth energy, in the sense of like, they still seem to be going about this in a really practical way. It's very practical, very stable, very grounded energy. So I see this person, first of all, trying to balance some things in their life. This could just be personal stuff like career, family, finances. But this also could be them trying to figure out how you guys are going to fit into each other's lives. So they could be making adjustments as a way to prepare for you guys being together, like in the sense of, okay, I need to work this stuff out and get these things cleared up. Or maybe even just thinking about, how would this work? You know, how would we work together? What kind of relationship would this look like? And sort of balancing things out that way. I also, with this 8 of Pentacles, I see them working towards something. This could be working towards just building more of a relationship with you, but on like a foundational level. So if you guys are like just sort of acquaintances or like on speaking terms, I feel like they're really trying to work on building that foundation. This isn't the kind of person who's going to jump into something and surprise you and be like like make some sort of huge declaration of love. They are very practical, very analytical. They're like, okay, I need to build this foundation. I need to work on getting to know this person. I need to figure out what they like, what they don't like, who they are. And once I have all that like research and that information, then I can start making moves. So in the near future, I see them yeah, doing that work, balancing things out, trying to get all their ducks in a row, and then also trying to get to know you more and trying to work on building some sort of relationship with you. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.